Hello, hello. Oh my god, why am I so huge? What the fuck? Okay, that was weird. I'm giant. Yeah. So yeah, jury's running late. So how's it going? Fine enough. Okay, updates. I'm having fun. Okay. I am big. I am big. BG. Big. Oh my god. Wait, can I make myself bigger? Oh, I can. Oh, I can. Big. Big. This is probably the stupidest thing I ever did. I know what to do now. Let me do this right here, and now I'm barfing your comments. I am barfing them. You vomit, aren't I? Yeah. Yes, you are. You know what? While we're waiting for Jerry to finally. He's right. To arrive. Best thing to do is dad jokes. Baker's favorite thing to wear. Loafers. Why do bees have sticky hair? Because they use honeycombs. Why Jerry's being so late? Jerry's usually never late. Well, they were late yesterday because they went to the store. But they knew that we had a stream today. Okay, God, sorry, God, specifically. Can't take my dog to the pond anymore because the dogs keep attacking her. That's why I give her adopted pure bread. Never play poker with cows. The stakes are too high. And God said to John, "Come forth and receive eternal life." But John came fifth and won a toaster. I'm an expert at heating fragment leaves and water. You could say it's my specialty. Why did the coffee taste like dirt? It was recently ground. This is so stupid. What we're doing is stupid. Oh, waiting for Jerry. You know what? I know what to do now. The dad jokes. I missed a few of those. The sleep button and backspace are too close together. Oh no. It's not short. Again, not short. Oh my gosh, I hate ads. Okay. As we're waiting for Jerry, I pulled up short creepy pastas. Now, whether they going to be good? Most likely not. Alright. The first creepypasta is headaches. Also, I'm gonna move the chat. So I realize there it is. There, it's right in the middle now. Perfect. Right, headaches. It's a stabbing pain, really. It comes suddenly without warning. I don't know how many doctors I've seen. Migraine medications didn't help. Tension headaches, please. I'm fine most of the time. But then it hits. It hits right behind my eye. It attacks me like some tiny demon with an ice pick, stabbing my eye. It comes without warning, without pity, and without remorse. It was. It attacked me in the car once. I crashed into a parked car. I got sued. Really, it's not fair. It was not my fault. When it attacks, my eyes water and my nose runs. See, all I feel is the stabbing, angry pain trying to pop out of my eye. It happened once at my job. I screamed. Everyone thought I was crazy. All it takes is one time doing something out of the norm, and I'm labeled as crazy. No one understands. Sleep. I can't work. I can't drive. I just wait for the demon to attack. I tried medications, really. I did everything they told me. Pain medication, seizure medications, yoga, meditation, everything. I tried drugs, all of them. Really. I tried marijuana, paracoquette, even heroin. My demon just laughs at drugs. Caught. Got caught with paraquet. My parents think I'm a criminal. It's not my fault. It's the demon. It's always the demon. He screeches. He's coming. I don't know when. I don't know where. But he always comes back. The anticipation is almost worse than the stab. All day I just wait. I just wait for the demon. Sometimes he comes, sometimes he doesn't. I think he just laughs at me. That's fair. I didn't ask for this. One doctor said it was an ice pick headache. Well, that's what it feels like. Demon with an ice pick. Demon stabbing me. Hit him. I thought I could stab him back. I didn't want to go without a fight, you know? So I got my own ice pick. Got my own ice pick and sliced out my eye. Can you imagine plucking out your own eye? But it didn't help. It didn't help. I don't know what else to do. Suicide? Maybe. Maybe I can get rid of the demon by finding him a new home. Maybe he likes someone else. Maybe I'll move on. I'll be free. I'll get my life back. I know it's not fair. But it's not fair to have to go through this. It's not fair. Maybe if someone else feels a nice pick through their eye, they'll understand. Maybe the demon will go to them. Anyway, that's why you're here. Sorry, really I am. I don't know what else to do. Please stop shrugging. It's going to make things worse. And that's it. That's it, the creepypasta. That's it of headaches. Pretty decent. Could be better, could be worse. Yeah. Alright. The next one. A staring doll. Fucking ants. Is there a fucking app you can have on your phone to get rid of ads? I'm literally asking. What is it? I need to know. I'm tired of dealing with so many ads when trying to read the stories. Need a good ad blocker. I know. Damn it. Alright, hold on. I'm going to App Store. Ad blocker. Your face not recognized. The fuck? The fuck, phone? Oh my gosh, I have to set up a fucking account for this ad blocker. I am not paying money to do ad block. Okay, I'm not. I'm gonna delete that later. I'm not paying money for fucking ad blocker. I don't really trust that. Yeah. Alright, anyways, the staring doll. Heather was at her friend's Jenny's house one afternoon. It was after school, and Jenny's parents hadn't arrived home from work yet. It was just the two of them, and they were engrossed in a board game. Heather was having a good time, except they were playing in a room adjacent to Jenny's parents' bedroom. And every now and then, Heather would glance up through the open door of that bedroom and see a little girl doll sitting up on the bed. Its eyes appeared to be staring at them. She tried to ignore it, but over time, it started to get to her. I'm sorry, she said, but I can't concentrate. That doll on the bed over there is giving me the creeps. Oh, no problem, Jenny replied. Went to the room and closed the door to calm Heather down. Then the two friends resumed their game. It hadn't been long, however, before Heather glanced up again. The door was open once again, and again the doll appeared to be staring at them. Jenny couldn't understand it. Because when there was nobody else home, there was no way the door could have been opened without the knob being turned. Shrugging, she went up to the bedroom and closed the door, this time making sure that it clicked shut. But again and again, they would check the door and find it wide open. They were starting to get very scared. Finally, Jenny had enough of this. She went into the bedroom, grabbed the doll, and threw it into the closet, slamming it shut. She then slammed the bedroom door shut behind her, and they resumed their game. For a while, things appeared to be going well, but then Heather glanced up one last time. All of a sudden, she stood up and said, "Goodbye," and ran home as fast as she could. This time, when Jenny looked up, she saw the bedroom door only slightly ajar, with a chair propped up behind it. and sitting on the chair peeking through the opening at them. It was the doll. And that's it. Yeah. Is Jerry even online yet? No. Is Jerry actually going to show up? Because Jerry is very late. Well, that's fine. I'll just keep. I am gonna have to change some things. And 3, 2, 1. There we go. There, I had to change the stream name. Obviously, we're not just doing that. Going on right now. Uh, I am a terrible writer. I'm just gonna let you know that. Before, sure. I'll read it after this next one. At least it's what you send me won't have fucking ads. Refute it, prove it. That's fair. Alright, the next one is Come Resurrection. Hello, beautiful. If you read this, please listen to my confession. You probably don't know me, but I've known you for a very long time. And I don't know if I should say this yet, but I love you. I do. You. I do. I really do. I love you so much that I built your entire world for you so you may live on and on and on. I built it just after I met you. You're so beautiful lying there, with your dreaming eyes tenderly shut. Your near translucent skin, which seemed to be growing paler and paler by the second. The way your limbs were twisted, delicately mangled at the joints, to form such an unearthly vision of vulnerability. But it must have been such a long fall. I did the building process, incredible height, but I know that the most glorious of angels must fall the furthest. Oh, my angel, my contorted angel on the pavement. Your soft flesh has been scraped away in just the right places, revealing your inner body's artistic formation. No one could have ever appreciated such a sight but I. No one but I could ever admire the curvature of your neck, bent at a perfect 90 degrees to the right, and twisted around twice, and only twice. As soon as I saw you there, I just had to reach out and touch you. I shivered in anticipation as I traced my fingernails down your body, right to where it was already beginning to split. It stunned me with excitement, making me wonder at every second whether you'd burst apart. And I carried you, I was so I was ever so careful, making sure I didn't damage what was left of your body. Some fragments of your skull fell out of the way, but I was quick to push them back in. Don't worry, you were still in one piece. When I brought you home, I brought you to lay on my bed, shattered arms crossed over your chest. You look just as pretty. Just you look just like the pretty corpses in old fairy tales. Even more so when I dressed you in my mother's wedding gown. I took out my spellbook, ready to resurrect you. But no, the time wasn't right. I was afraid I would frighten you away, so I created your afterlife, one just like the world you knew. Then I could keep loving you and you and your wounds for what could be eternity. But I think you're ready to be revived now. Gaze upon the blackened eyes of me, your savior from below. You will live again, with love and beauty that will never die, as your wounds will always be fresh, and your bones just as mangled as they were when I met you. You'll be able to feel my touch for the first time, our fluids mingling together. Your cold blood. Don't worry, my love. I'll be just as gentle as I've always been. Okay, that just left me uncomfortable. It had me for the most part, lost me in the very ending. What the fuck? I'm trying to open it on my phone. Alright. Oh, do you have like a title for your story or whatnot? Braintail is Blind Spot of God, like that one SCP. Chapter 1, A Forgotten World. He walked on the cold, hard concrete ground, his head throbbing. He gazed around at his surroundings, being greeted by barren stone walls and a door of iron bars. Directly above him, a crack in the ceiling was letting sunlight shine through the room. He was in a prison cell, without any knowledge of how he had gotten here, and an aching head. He slowly got to his feet and made his way towards the iron bars. A thick layer of rust and dust coated every inch of them, as if this place had been abandoned the moment it was made. He grabbed the bars and shook them, and they broke free from their anchors as if they were made of paper. The bars clattered to the ground and echoed through the stone walls of the prison. The hallway was just as decrepit as the room he came from. Moss and dust competed for dominance over barren corridors. Light was almost completely absent. save for cracks in the walls and the ceiling. The path to his left had collapsed in on itself, leaving only the path to his right. Jesus fucking Christ! I'm not sure if you heard it, but as I was reading, all of a sudden, the ding! That scared me. Okay, it wasn't just me. God damn it, Xbox. We both got scared by Xbox. Oh my god. Alright. Where the fuck was I? Personal walls and ceiling. The path to his left had collapsed in on itself, leaving only the path to his right. He continued down the only path forward. The cells on either side of him were in as much disarray as the one he found himself in. Each one was barren. One had a pool of blood coating the ground. Nobody was in here with him. He tried to call out, but his throat. Okay, well, I found a typo. Uh, instead of wouldn't, you put wouldn't. Like, you put the, A with the symbol on top. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll pop up on my phone because I downloaded it. But yeah. No. It was apparently a glitch in copying and pasting. Oh no. Discord screwed you. It's just a simple original text. Oh my god. Oh my god. It apparently did it with all the symbols. Oh my god. Oh no. At least I know what it is. Oh my god. He tried to call out, but his throat wouldn't listen, and all that came out was a quiet, hoarse cry. His throat ached from the effort he put in, so he decided to leave it at that for now. He could feel that he was wrong with his throat when he found the way out of this place. So down the end of this hallway he went until he came across something that made him stop in his tracks. Inside one of the cells there was what could have only be described as a ritual sacrifice. A body was strung up along a wooden cross, blood surrounding its base. The flesh and muscle along the limbs was cut apart, wrapped around the cross, leaving the bones barely clinging to where they were supposed to be, and making sure the body stayed attached. So it was cut from head to groin, the flesh torn up, suspended by wires from the ceiling in some twisted mockery of an angel's wings. The face was skinned till nothing but bones and eyes remained. Above it was a sign with the word example written on it. But that was far from the worst part. The organs were exposed to the air for the sea. And the heart was still beating. He looked from the heart back to the eyes of the abomination to see them locked onto him. The jaw came unhinged, and from it the sounds of strangling, drowning, and screeching came out at once. He ran. He didn't care where to. He just needed to get away from that thing. The sound was so loud. It echoed through the hallways, never getting quieter, no matter how far he ran. Then he realized there was a second difference yet just as horrifying noise coming from in front of him. He stopped in his tracks, but this time the noise continued to get louder, closer. A cacophony of endless overlapping voices, all screaming over each other, seemingly calling for him. He looked to the cells at either side of him and saw a crack in the wall of one, with faint light shining through. He rushed towards it and clawed at the small opening. It was just too small for him, but he didn't care. He ripped apart the stone and dirt, not caring for the fingernails it cost him. Just as the noise became deafening, he finally squeezed his way through, the stone scratching at his skin as he went. He reached the other side and stopped, listening to the sounds from the crack. Slowly but surely, the disjointed quiet became quieter and quieter until he was left alone with his thoughts once more. Whatever it was moving through the hallway either couldn't follow him, or with luck, never noticed he was there to begin with. He pushed himself away from the wall, and pain shot through his fingers. He saw his nails were torn apart from his desperate clawing at the stone. He balled his hands into fists for some measure of pressure to the wounds. He would need a bandage soon, but for now, he just had to keep moving. He was in a small dimly lit room. The grates separated a small room to its side. A chair in front of him. There was a mahogany door slightly ajar, and so he went through. He was greeted by rows and rows of church pews as he left the confession booth. One's far in the back, far more broken than those in the front. A giant organ adorned the altar, its pipes sprawling across the entire back wall. Pipes left only a single giant pane of thick glass, with the visage of Christ upon it. Yet the glass was coated in a viscous red substance, spelling the simple words, "Please seeth." He could only gaze upon the words, not to know what they meant. He walked close to the altar. He didn't know why the door had slid the opposite way. On the ground below the altar, there was a sheet of paper with writing on it. Reluctantly, he opened his hand and grabbed the paper to read it. It was a sermon written by whoever must have been the priest of this church. Well, he didn't lose where it was. Let's see. Alright. Alright, found it. Found it. Alright. We pray to the Father above, as we have each day. We plead with him for forgiveness for our sins, for him to gaze upon us once more. We pray for ignorance will be forgiven, should our prayers fall upon deaf ears. We beg for fallen Lord Lucifer to grant us succor instead. We beg for Yahweh, Allah, Buddha, the demiurge, or any higher power above or below to hear our plea and grant us mercy for the grasp of the devil. And the rest was cut off by the blood pouring out of his fingers. He silently cursed himself and dropped the paper to the ground. Whatever he could have gleaned from it was coated in a layer of crimson. He looked back at the pews in that standing position the preacher would have. For a moment he could have sworn he saw a crowd of people sitting neatly in the seats, waiting eagerly for him to down, waiting for him to speak. But that image faded as quickly as it arrived. He was completely alone in some church attached to a run-down prison. How had his life come to this? How did he get here, and why? There were some flashes, some illness, a trip to Europe. But trying to think of anything more made his head ache, as if something was preventing him from remembering. Much as he hated being an amnesiac, it didn't matter. He could solve that issue when he got back to wherever it is he came from. And behind the altar, in the painted glass, as shown on him, he made his way to the granite double doors, and acted as what he assumed was the entrance to the church. Oh, fuck. God damn it, phone. If you're wondering what happened, I went to scroll down and my fucking phone decided, oh, you want to go to Twitch? Okay. No. Alright, I found where I left off. I found where I left off. This is why I hate Apple. Anyways. Ornate carvings with gold linings covered with the doors depicting what can only be the Garden of Eden. He placed his ear to the door and listened for anything that might be waiting for him. He was rewarded with world around him, shaking in the same deafening choir of voices coming from beyond the door. He froze, not daring to so much as breathe. Slowly but surely the rumbling stopped and the voices grew silent. He stayed there for a long while after until he finally decided whatever was out there had left. With one look back at the ruined holy ground, he placed his hands on both the doors and pushed. They were as heavy as they looked, and the rust around the joints probably wasn't helping either. Still, the doors gave way, regardless of the heavy ground to greet him. Sorry, Jerry's coming in. They'll hear the story, and then we'll do Amalekor. Alright. Alright, where the fuck did I? That's fine. He stepped out onto the open, a feeling of cold passed to his skin and down to his bones, as if he had just left a tent to stand in the woods. Whatever he expected outside the church, it wasn't this. Far above him was a cave ceiling with glimmering gemstones acting as perpetual starlight. A single hole far above let sunlight shine through. Around him was a ghost town, broken down buildings, foundations, either rotting or crumbling, stretching all the way to the cavern walls. He made his way down the steps to the church onto the cobblestone path below. He started walking. If there would be an exit to this place, it would make sense to be near the walls. Through the endless worn-down ruins he went. He wondered what this place was, who would build a city beneath the earth, and who would decide to live here. More pressuring question would be, where did everyone go? If something came through and killed the people, then there would be at least be bodies, but there was nothing that he could find. The only living thing he saw down here was the abomination locked in the prison cell from when he had first entered. Dreaded the thought of finding anything else like that on his travels down here. And I posed another question. What was that thing? It seemed to be human, at least at one point in time. No human would be able to survive having their organs on the outside. And then there was the word carved next to it. Example. An example of what? Seemed to be some form of human intervention forced upon the creature. What was it trying to be an example of? There was a way to restrain the creature, but that would imply there were more of them. He had other ideas running through his head, none of them pleasant. Thankfully, his mind quickly became preoccupied with something else. He finally arrived at the cavernous wall, and with it found a large tunnel carved into it. Unfortunately, it seems as though time had paid its toll on the tunnel, and rocks blocked any way to go through it. Above the tunnel hung a sign with a simple message: now leaving Eternia. So he thought to himself, at least he knew what the city was named now. It leaves him with some sense of progress being made, even if it's a minor progress. Exit was sealed off, and the others are probably the same, and yet there may still be a chance. He followed along the wall in search of other exits. Barren rock was occasionally broken up by the entrance to the tunnel, and each time it was collapsed. Sometimes the signs were in a different language, other times there weren't any signs at all. He still kept walking regardless, hoping for something different to appear. Eventually, he got his wish. In front of him stood a tunnel unlike any of the others. It was a massive marble arch with an unknown language carved into the top. Countless signs in different languages were arranged around the tunnel, though many seemed to have been broken. He found one in English with the message, "Do not unseal evil inside." Of course, this tunnel was the only one that was wide open. Inside was covered with glistening blood from floor to ceiling, broken only by what he assumed were scratch marks. There was a splash at his feet as he stepped into a fresh puddle of crimson. His thoughts started to drift to the rumbling and screaming he had heard when he first arrived in this place. Much as he wanted to know what was down that tunnel, self-preservation had him move away from the path just a little bit faster than he would have been moving prior. None of the other tunnels he came across were open. Every last one had collapsed. He finally looped around the wall and came back in this tunnel he started at. He sat on the ground dejected and thought about what to do next. Maybe he could try to dig through the stone, but that would take ages. There was the hole in the ceiling, but there wasn't a way for him to reach that. The only option he had to go would be to go down the blood-stained tunnel, but the problems with that one were obvious. He put his head in his hands and groaned. There had to be something he could do. He raised his head and looked at his hands. His fingers were missing a few nails. The bleeding had stopped. A hollow comfort, to be sure, but a comfort nonetheless. His palms were coated in dirt and grime, and his fingers were both numb and pulsating at the same time. It had barely been an hour, and he already believed he had seen far too much for a lifetime. He wanted to find some cozy bed to lay his aching head in and sleep until time itself came to an end. He sighed and was about to stand up. He noticed something at his feet. On the ground, there was a simple piece of wood, a red label painted on it. It seemed to have been torn apart and mostly splintered. Yet some of the words written on it were still fully legible. Most of it he couldn't understand. It was written in a language he didn't know. But some words were written in English, highly explosive, being the ones that stood out the most. It seemed like someone tried to blast their way out through the tunnels. Given the pile of rocks still blocked the way, it was unsuccessful. But it was a possible solution regardless. If there were more explosives hidden somewhere around the city, you could try to follow in the footsteps of the last person who tried to get out. Hopefully with more success this time around. All he had to do was scour the city for anything he could use to get through the tunnel and get lucky. What other option did he have? Alright, I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good for starter horror story. I like that. Yeah, Jerry, in case you weren't wondering, Random wrote that.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, while we were waiting for you, I decided to read like short creepypasta stories, and Random offered that.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm sorry.
Also, have you seen my stream lately?
Huh?
Have you seen what it's showing on stream?
I was watching your stream before I joined the chat.
Oh, so you see big Aaron.
I see big eyes and a big face, but I haven't seen you zoomed out. Just your entire face.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that now.
There we go.
Yeah, I just need to fix my shelf because now this thing is too. Alright. Now let me move Rainbow. Yeah, but I was really good. So if you want Rainbow, you could send that to Jerry because Jerry does a lot of writing too. Like they'll be able to give a lot more pointers better than I would. I don't think Jerry would mind, right?
Well, I've been trying to create stories since before being able to write, before kindergarten. I learned how to draw because I have dyslexia,
Yeah,
and it
that's
was
fair.
easier to draw than it was to write.
Yeah.
And so I would draw and tell the stories, and then I wrote the stories later. But drawing has always been a way of expressing my characters in the stories or the stories themselves.
So yeah, you won't mind if Random sends it to you.
I will not mind in the least.
Yeah, so it was really good.
Just remember, random, you can send me anything so long as there's nothing 18 plus. Unless it's violence. Violence is fine.
Yeah, I've made that mistake way too many times.
Violence?
No, send you 18 plus stuff.
And I have given my opinion on that, and you have apologized each time. I forget it. We move on.
I think the worst thing that I sent you was Glug Glub.
I was the first one who sent Glub Glub, and I regretted it, and I still kind of Reddit.
Yeah.
I never thought it would explode like this, and it's just here forever now.
Yes, it is.
And it's all my fault.
Yes, it is.
But also your fault because you're a little shit.
All right. On to Monument Mythos now. All right. This is the Giza Guardian. Statement from Maze. Happy Independence Day. Cornucopy emoji. Join the Discord. No, I am not. God damn it. All right, we all ready?
Yeah.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. Weather permitting will carry a feed of Starry Sphinx in Giza on July 4th.
What feed?
Nice
Oh,
too.
feed us in a video. I thought they meant like feeding it. Like, well, I told you I was out of it, so
Yeah. They feed it people,
really
Jerry.
just trying to imagine what are they going to feed a fucking sphinx?
People.
No,
I mean, that's what it was in mythology.
no. Sphinxes in mythology were not about eating people, they were about giving riddles.
And one, if I remember correctly, I think the one that did like the man riddle kept killing and eating people who got it wrong.
Well, that's because they got it wrong. I'm positive their main diet was not losers.
Yeah, and when someone got it right, they just off themselves.
No,
Well, but the man one did. It got so upset it off himself.
I'm gonna look that up because that doesn't sound right.
Depending on the version, yes. Okay, it could be the version I saw. Cause the version I saw, it got so upset it flung itself down like a ravine or something like that. I've seen 3 different stories where the Sphinx died when the riddle was right. So yeah. But yeah. Sphinx did die. It depends on the depiction.
Oedipus apparently did it correctly. Oh, they killed her. The Sphinx killed themselves. That's what you meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The Sphinx killed himself.
I thought you meant the person killed themselves.
No! With the Sphinx.
Why would the Sphinx kill themselves? You know what? Mythology's fucking weird.
They couldn't accept the losing. They're sore losers.
Yes, apparently they are so sore they're so bad at losing. Apparently they kill themselves.
Yeah,
Jeez, what dramatics?
yeah. Random put 3 ways that they have died depiction. The one I know is one version threw itself down a cliff. Another ate itself. And the third that turned itself to stone. Sore losers. They just can't accept losing. Yeah. Anyways, on back to the video. Maze News Network. Oh, there's the Starry Sphinx. Why does it look more like a cow? I'm sorry. Oh, it's
hope no one
moving.
dies.
Huh?
I said, let's hope no one dies.
Yeah, people will die.
Hey, people do die, but I want to hope they don't in this instance. A
Maybe.
lot of people were already killed by the ship crab as it is.
Not enough. Anyways.
Aaron!
3, 2, 1. What? I don't understand.
I think those might be tree. Wood tendrils.
Maybe. News channel MNN, yeah. No, those are not the trees. Oh.
Can you rewind back to that very quick before that was locked? Yeah. It might be. After all, remember they did bend one time? This is a lot of bending. Oh.
I think those were portals.
Oh, fuck. I mean, fudge. Fudge.
They fuck. Fuckity fuck 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 fuck.
Yeah, we're in. Don't swear just to prove you can. You don't need to prove you can.
Bullshit.
Aaron, I know you have a mouth that's very magical.
Yes, I do have a fucking mouth.
Also, Spoon, I put away all my clean clothes. I don't know how I had the energy. I still feel empty of energy.
Damn.
Worked a lot today. Oh.
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
Yeah, you did.
I'm good.
Are we good to continue?
Can I shave my crotch tonight?
What the fuck?
I think more.
Well, remember, if it's shaved enough, I bleed.
I know.
Should
I
we
was
be hearing
telling
this?
Erin. She was confused. She's live streaming. We're watching the horror things. I thought it was the death root tree things, but they're portals of death. I was wrong. Portals of death are not the root of death. But yeah, I shave crotch so I don't bleed. If it's not shaved enough, I bleed.
Okay.
I have permanent scars from my crotch hair.
I see. Good to know, I guess.
I waited too long last time. I needed to shave. and I got lots of clumps of skin on my crotch that looked like they had been assaulted with a razor blade a few times.
Oh my god. Let's just continue with the video now.
Sorry, let the video down. I told you I was out of it. You could just tell me to shut up.
Now, anyways. Connection lost. Return to this channel after a later time. Bit Disturbing presents Project Giza Guardian.
Throughout the 19th century, English archaeologists in Egypt encountered stories, time and again, of mysterious lightning strikes near the Great Pyramids of Giza. It was reported that the lightning would strike only in the presence of certain rare constellations. However, no one outside of the Bedouin tribes knew of which constellations. The secrecy protected the value of Giza glass, a mineral created by the strange lightning striking the desert sand. The glass also served as a form of black market currency for several tribes. For decades, the Bedouins' knowledge eluded British archaeologists. For as long as the constellations remained unknown, the Giza glass that formed was retrieved by the Bedouins long before anyone else arrived. However, in the late 1870s, British Egyptologist Flinders Petrie discovered the constellation which preceded the electrical phenomenon. In 1880, he arranged an expedition to collect samples of Giza glass for the British Museum. Petrie accurately predicted the appearance of Giza glass, and with the help of British troops, secured the location of the glass for themselves.
Ah, yes, our wonderful British explorers.
Are we really calling the British wonderful?
Now,
Yeah, I don't think you're white enough for that.
no, I'm white. I
I
just
don't
don't
think
like
that's the
British.
right word for that. Well, you are, but you're also like part Jewish, right?
Where do you get that from?
Your family history?
As far as I'm aware, my Polish ancestors were Jewish when they were thrown in concentration camps. They were just thrown in there.
Oh, that's yeah, they did that too. Never mind.
I was so confused. Like, what do you mean?
I think I was confused, so
Well, as far as I'm aware, they
now I'm
weren't
less
Jewish.
confused. I am sorry for making that mistake.
I mean, maybe some of them were. I have no idea, but more than likely they weren't.
Well, yes, I accept that they weren't, since they would also throw in people that simply did not agree with the Nazis. Just like the ICE is doing.
I'm still waiting to the next American Revolution Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Well, if we're doing another American Revolution, I would like another nerd president. Lincoln's kind of dead.
Yeah.
Give us nerd or give us blood.
Blood for the blood god. Blood for the blood god.
No!
Random person, if you're confused what Jerry mentioned earlier, over 100 of my ancestors were thrown in concentration camps. Yeah. That's why it makes it really fucked up when I did that 3-card thing. When I put
Yeah.
Adolf Hitler clone, Nazi robot plus Nazi robot equals Auschwitz. It was really fucked up that I did that card.
Yeah.
It makes it worse. But it's funny.
Erin, you're fucking weird.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have brought water with me upstairs. That is my mistake.
Food, get the Giore del water.
That's not how it works. No matter how adorable you or your little floofer look, either nothing can the water make get. That's polite.
Alright, in 3, 2, 1.
The glass, which formed in long, multi-layered sheets, was fractured in order to be more easily transported. While collecting fragments, Petrie slipped and landed on an upright plane of Giza glass. The force of the fall, combined with the sharpness of the material, decapitated Petrie immediately. While British troops at the scene quickly
Damn.
assumed Petrie had been killed, a closer inspection revealed that he was still alive.
Wait, what?
Although his head was separated from his body, Petrie remained conscious and could even mouth rudimentary words. Medical personnel were initially relieved Petrie had somehow survived, but they became concerned when his head began to discolor and swell significantly.
Excuse me?
Did I hear that right?
Yes. So, I guess continue playing to see what happens to his fucking head.
But the fate of Flinders Petrie is a tale for another day. Petrie's lot, as his collection of Giza glass came to be known, arrived in England in 1891. Unfortunately, due to the poor handling of its containers during transit, the glass arrived broken into thin shards and was deemed worthless by museum curators. Yet, as a token of international diplomacy, the British Museum divided Petrie's lot among visiting American ambassadors. Vaguely aware of Giza glass's odd properties, President John D. Rockefeller ordered the immediate confiscation of the material from the American ambassadors. Although many in his administration were eager to see the glass be used in warfare, President Rockefeller refused to authorize military use and instead discussed other possible applications with the head of the Department of the Interior. After numerous conferences, it was settled that segments of Giza glass would be polished into fine blades and given to a select group of Greco-Egyptian swordsmen. These unusually tall swordsmen were assigned to the Grand Canyon and guarded restricted areas from trespassers. Protected under federal law, the Grand Canyon Guardians continued to serve for decades until the last member was discontinued. All trespassers who were maimed by the Guardians were promised a lifetime's worth of a special concoction which controlled unwanted side effects. However, since the medication's efficacy decreased over time, older victims were promised housing within the Grand Canyon to guarantee their safety and privacy from the outside world, but only under the condition that they would lure known dangerous persons wanted by the federal government to the forbidden zones of the national park.
U.S. government claims the Project Giza Guardian was shut down in 1969. However, sightings of swordsmen in the Grand Canyon continue to this day. The following audio is an excerpt from an interview from Louisa Crawford, wife of the esteemed American sculptor Thomas Crawford. Thomas Crawford is best known for designing the Statue of Freedom atop the United States Capitol.
Thomas odiava l'America.
Thomas hated America. He went to Rome when he was 21 and stayed there for the rest of his life. You know, that's very fair seeing how America is nowadays.
Well, remember they're alternating reality America.
Yeah. They're part of the Anti-Dean Association.
È andato a Roma quando era 21 anni e ci è rimasto per il resto della sua vita. Era divertito dal fatto che la
He was amused that the slave-holding Americans wanted him to make a statue named Freedom. Oh, damn, that is accurate. That is very fucking accurate right there, Jerry. But then again, at the same time, hasn't every country at one point had slaves?
But America was especially jackassery about it.
Fair enough.
No, not the most jackassery, but pretty bad.
I would not be surprised if British was worse.
The one that's worse that I can think of off the top of my head would be
Got it, Jerry. I believe in you. America was the slower end of ending slavery, not the latest to get rid of it, but on the latter half. Damn. Hey, you got it, Cheery? What, Cheery?
sorry, I'm looking it up.
Oh, okay.
Because I know that it was actually pretty recent in decades that it ended. I just need to find out. It's trying to say in 1840 and 1850, but I call bullshit. Because I remember feeling surprised about how long it had been.
You're not
There
with him.
we go.
Huh?
I said, there we go.
You found it?
I think I found an honest website. Europenia.eu. I have no idea what the fuck. That is a stupid name. I will just. I know. Blah, blah.
You good, Jerry?
I'm trying to get to the year that it ended.
Okay.
Because I know the racism against the Romani people were why they were not freed as quickly as the Jewish and other people were.
No.
So that's why I say bullshit when they say it was like the 1800s,
Gotcha.
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, that's totally why they were treated so horribly even after the Nazis were taken down.
How are you doing, random person, while Jerry's doing this? Start around. That's your response. Nice. You know, while you're looking for that, I want to go take a piss.
Genocide.org. Okay, please don't fail me now.
That sounds so bad. That sounds so bad. Let me look up genocide.org.
I said worldwithoutgenocide.org.
No, Discord cut you off. It cut you off. All we heard was
Oh.
genocide.org.
Well, the exact name is worldwithoutgenocide.org/genocide and conflicts/Holocaust of Jews/Romani persecution. So it goes through a few holocausts before getting to the exact one.
Oh my god. While you're doing that, I'm going to intermission and go take a piss.
Is about violence against Romani people, but not about Okay, 1856 may have been when slavery was officially abolished on the Roma in Romania, but technically there was still a form of racial discrimination that was basically used basically the same as slavery.
And I'm back.
So something I learned after like ditching the last.org because they were talking about the genocides only, not the slavery. And keep rushing over that anyway. Apparently, while the slavery was officially ended in 1856, similar to Jim Crow laws in the United States, there were laws against the Romani people that were either still around or enacted that basically made it like slavery was still there.
Damn.
For me to find an end for that. Even in the modern era, apparently in Romania, Romani people are treated very horribly, and the violence is barely ever reported, so it never really makes it to the news. So basically, they get treated like less than human very often, and nothing is done about it.
And I'm not shocked.
So I guess they're still not truly free. Yay! This is not a real yay. This is a I hate the world. I hate the world.
Fair enough.
Oh, to say.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Alright, ready to continue to aim on corner?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
La proprietà degli schiavi americani lo volesse per creare una statua chiamata Libertà. All'inizio Thomas
At first, Thomas didn't want to help them. Then he realized the statue could be a symbol for others.
non voleva aiutarli, ma poi realizzò che la statua poteva diventare un simbolo per altre persone. Dietro alla statua un berretto
He
della
had a Statue of Liberty cap, something that freed Roman slaves for.
libertà, qualcosa che gli schiavi romani liberati indossavano. Penso che se una statua alta si
He thought that if a 20-foot statue of a liberated woman stood on the Capitol Dome, perhaps some men would be less ignorant.
teatri di una donna liberata si ergesse sulla cupola del Campidoglio, alcuni uomini sarebbero stati meno ignoranti. Puoi immaginare quanto deluso.
Imagine how disappointed he was when Mr. Davis in Washington told him to take the cap off of freedom. Yeah, poor Thomas. He didn't realize how bad America was with slavery.
Yeah.
Quando il signor Davis a Washington gli disse di togliere il cappello dalla libertà. Ma Thomas vedette il
But
suo
Thomas saw his
progetto andare a
project through to
buon
the end.
fine. Andò persino in Egitto
He even went to
per
Egypt to
trovare il
find the
materiale
material
per
for
la
her
sua spada.
sword.
È un vetro
Oh,
molto
it's a
particolare.
very special type of glass. Giza glass.
Una volta, mentre stava
How he was
scrivendo
sharpening
il
the glass
vetro
at his
nella
workshop, he
cucina,
accidentally cut the
travolse
tip
mentalmente la punta di un
of
dito.
his finger. Jesus.
Nonostante fossi preoccupato,
Although I was
non
worried when he
ridette.
told me he couldn't
Lui
stop
non riusciva a
laughing.
smettere di ridere. Mi disse
Oh, remember the guy whose head got coffee started acting off? Like his head started glowing and
So, to be fair, who wouldn't act off after their head was chopped off?
fair enough. But at the same time, we saw that he was glowing, which means
Yeah,
he is infected by the Giza glass.
he is.
Told me that the glass was so sharp that the tip of his finger slipped off without pain or blood.
che il vetro era così tagliente che la punta del suo dito si affettò senza dolore né sangue. Però poteva
Yet
comunque
he could still
sentirla.
feel it.
Quando Thomas si concentrava,
When Thomas concentrated, he could even make his fingertip twitch on the table.
poteva addirittura farla concentrare
Ugh.
sul tavolo. Lo trovava divertente. Io no.
He found it
Ricordo
funny.
una sera
I didn't. That's
Lo trovava divertente. Io no. Ricordo che una sera tornò a casa senza una mano.
Murray came home one night without a hand.
Diceva che poteva comunque
He said he could still move it at the workshop. Oh. Oh, that's why when she said he had his father's eyes. Added himself to the statue. Oh, that is disturbing. At least it is said that it is painless. But at the same time, ugh.
Very
muoverla all'officina. Era così
He
giovane.
was so young when he left.
Aveva solo 43
Only
anni.
43 years old.
Mi sarebbe piaciuto
Wish
passare
we
più
spent
tempo
more time
assieme.
together.
Ci amavamo davvero
Loved each
tanto.
other very much.
Puoi immaginare
I only mentioned my surprise when I looked into the plaster model's mouth.
la sorpresa quando guardammo il modello di gesto della bocca. Grazie a Dio che
Thank goodness that Inspector Savino was wrong.
l'ispettore Giaffino era nel torto. Mi fece pensare che c'era
Made me think there was a serial killer in town.
un serial killer in città. Ma nessuno l'aveva
But nobody
fatto.
murdered him.
Thomas aveva
Thomas cut his own body up and put himself inside of Freedom. Ugh.
tagliato il suo stesso corpo e si era inserito nella libertà. L'ho visto.
I saw him inside, all of him.
Sapevo cosa fosse
I know what must have happened, but seeing his eyes and her face was too much for me.
successo, ma vedere i suoi occhi sulla statua era troppo per me. Lei
He
sembrava
looked
viva.
so awake.
Giappino disse agli americani
He told the
che
Americans
Thomas
that
fosse
Thomas
morto.
passed away.
Credo che lui abbia
I
trovato
think
la verità da allora.
he has found out the truth since then. Yeah. Which kind of would make sense why the Americans don't want that Statue of Freedom to wake up now. Since the person in Freedom hates Americans.
La polizia di Gibilterra
The Gibraltar police thought I would be devastated to hear they found Nina's skin in the cave.
pensava che sarei stata devastata dal sentire che avessero trovato la pelle di Nina nella grotta. Ma ero sollevata.
But I was relieved.
Trovi ancora
I know
viva.
she's still alive.
Thomas deve averla messa
Thomas
nella
has to
statua
pulled
con
her
lui,
into the statue with him.
dentro la libertà.
Inside Freedom, Thomas and Nina are protecting America. I get wanting to be with your daughter. This ain't it, bud. Because you had to physically mutilate her in order to add it to the statue. This is... Ugh. What the fuck? Okay, anyways, in 3, 2, 1.
Thomas e Nina stanno proteggendo l'America. Insieme.
Together. On to broadcast the controversial Delaware Double Report, the Delaware River Journal was shut down by federal authorities. However, secondary organization, a new Delaware Journal, continued operations. Oh?
Freedom has a new home. Following the ADA storming of the Capitol on January 6th, numerous organizations expressed interest in purchasing the Statue of Freedom. The statue, which fell during the riot and caused over 150 casualties, was seen by reactionary politicians as a result of poor craftsmanship.
Okay. The statue falling. Even if it hit a building, it wouldn't just outright kill that many people all at once. That means that thing came alive and it started butchering people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jerry, you weren't here yesterday when I told Hedge and Rainbow this. I'm not sure if you heard, but the vote for the bill to redistrict Virginia, so it has mainly Democrats going into Congress instead of Republican. It got passed.
Yeah. I figured that would happen. I thought Judge slapped it back down. Was that old news? Probably old news. How do you feel? Not food. How do you feel about that, Aaron?
How about what?
That the thing went through.
I feel good. I voted yes.
Yeah, but I believe someone tried to slap it down. A judge?
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It still went through. It's going to be done. As far as I'm aware, what the news on my state is saying is, it's despite that, it's still going to go through. Makes me wonder: is the Virginia judge Republican? If they are, it makes sense. But anyways, I want to continue the video while I'm looking that up. Right, 3, 2, 1.
And blamed her original installer, Philip Reed, for her collapse. Reed, an experienced architect and enslaved man at the time of Freedom's assembly, this has become the latest in a series of historical figures demonized by the ADA. Due to growing reluctance to reinstall the Statue of Freedom, the Department of the Interior has instead transferred Freedom to an undisclosed location in the Grand Canyon and rejected all other offers to purchase her. When asked why the statue had been sent to the Grand Canyon, President Dean replied, "The rocks won't shoot her down."
Shortly after the broadcast of Freedom's new home, new Delaware journalist Howard Melrose linked classified file ST-FR 4.3099 to the public. STFR 4.3099 attract and extinguish ADA members and other curious persons protect Maine's assets.
Are we gonna continue forward?
Alright, I was just reading something. Oh, Tara P. Manning. Oh. Franklin B. Carr. Bonnie Newman. Harry F. Cadwell. Jimmy and Donna Garner. Roy I. News. Jeff M. Foster, Sue McKee, Bridget K. Jennings. Anna L. Masson. Randall Jefferson. Maya Arnoldson. Oh. Freedom killed Maya. You know, the brother who's been looking for Maya, what happened to her? Well, she's dead.
Oh. Well. Okay.
Okay, to tell you why it's still expected to go through, Jerry. The Virginia Supreme Court overruled the 2 previous orders to block the vote. So yeah, no,
How many times
there's
did
still
they try to block the vote?
yeah, they're still going to look at it, but as of right now, it is overruled.
Man,
So yeah,
whoever keeps trying to block it's a little pansy bitch.
I looked at it. It's the Republican Party.
That makes sense. The Nazis are not happy.
Oh my god.
Well, what else would you call them?
You don't know. I'm doing politics.
Yeah, see? You know, there's a saying, if it quacks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck.
God. One audio clip known as The Last Words of Maya Arnoldson was recovered by park rangers in the Grand Canyon. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, it's not gonna be pretty. Maya walks on an unmarked trail. Maya notices something ahead of her.
No, not now. I'm leaving now. I won't bother you.
Maya's body falls into her knee. Audio cuts out. This is before park rangers discovered Maya Arnold's headless body. As of 2021, her head remains missing. The statue just stole her head? Oh, that's right. The sword's made out of Giza glass, which means she won't actually die. She's technically still alive. I forgot he made the sword out of Giza glass. So I guess Maya isn't technically dead. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. But the real question is, what the fuck are they doing with her head? Oh, she's a guardian. That's it. Wait, pause, damn it, jeez. Alright. Next one is Fallen Father. Stand up for Maze. We hope you're happy wherever you are. Corn cob emoji. I just saw a random message. Woo, Dean. And a shocking surprise visit. Are you ready? They followed me all the way home. Excuse me? 1, what the fuck is that? 2, what do you mean they followed you? We need answers. They followed him home. Simple as that. Oh my god. How do you feel about that, Jerry? Oh. Mr. Squirrel! God damn it.
Squirrel.
I thought it was that fucking canyon creature. He's back! He is beautiful. Yeah, it is a beautiful squirrel. A chubby fat squirrel though. He just right after I said that too, he just gave you the stink eye. Right after I said that.
You little shit.
But they are a chunky squirrel.
That is not a chunky squirrel. It is a healthy squirrel.
With a little chunk. Anyways.
Aaron. Don't body shame the squirrel.
Hold on. And done.
I stand by that.
Poor. Oh, okay. Squirrel fuck. Kind of. Wait, now that I realize it's a kid videotaping this, and how a kid understands what the word horny is kind of disturbing.
Let's go past this part.
But forget about that. Since you're gone, you'll never see this video, but I had a dream that you were still here and you were about to leave the house. And right before you left, you said, "I'm going home now." I know your health problems made your body a prison, and now you're free. But we miss you so much. I wish I hugged you more often. I I love you, Dad. Hope you're happy wherever you are. Can't stop thinking about the day you left. There's so much to remember. Horse fairies live at home with us. What? Excuse me?
Little bean, please don't be dead. The one recording this was a child, right? Uh,
I can't believe it's been 3 days already.
oh,
Nathaniel Arnoldson, July 1961 to May 2021. Eric, Kansas, July 1961, May 2021. Own father. And that's it. Okay, so explanation. Oh, Reno's gonna explain something for us. Creator's in real life father died, hence the name Fallen Father. Aww. Aww. Aw, I feel bad for this creator. I know how awful that feels. Losing a family member.
I also understand the death of a father, as I have 2 dead fathers
Damn.
who died 2 years close to each other.
Yeah. I hope they had a good life. The Manticore.
I hope the creator's father also.
Had a good life.
Yeah.
Great. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Pyramid Plasma is the next episode, and in the description says, we now know better. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. Oh, here we go. On July 20th, 1918, German airship L-70 was scheduled to complete a flight over the Great Pyramid of Giza to intimidate the Allied powers. However, 17 American soldiers destroyed the airship through the use of a superweapon installed at the top of the pyramid. This video is dedicated to those 17 men. Okay, so all those 17 American soldiers are dead. I don't remember this video. Well, I guess oh, this came out 4 months ago. Oh yeah, it did. Huh. I'm guessing you just put it in order on how it's supposed to be. Like, story-wise. Or maybe this is a re-upload because of copyright reasons. It could also be that, too. Huh. Neat. I've had to re-upload videos before, too. Because of copyright reasons.
We'll find out.
Hell, I had to remove a video because they didn't like I used a dead body.
Wait, what?
Yeah, one of my creepypasta videos got taken down. One moment.
No, not you. This creator.
Oh no, is that this? No, I didn't have it. This creator. I was talking about myself.
Oh. Well, yeah, you have all sorts of people going against you. Also, YouTube keeps an eye on you because it doesn't like women. It doesn't like trans people.
Fair
I'm
enough.
sorry, but you're both.
Fair enough.
And if YouTube wants to deny they hate women and they hate trans people, prove me wrong, assholes.
Tomorrow they come out with trans people get more money than other people.
That won't happen.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start it. In 3, 1. Oh, okay. There's more clarification and description. This was a deleted video because it says right here from August 2021.
Oh,
Okay, so yeah, this is a re-upload of a deleted video.
okay.
Yeah.
I guess they also deal with YouTube's bullshit.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Ow. Yeah. So yeah, YouTube probably copyright struck them, and they had to take time and preparation to re-upload it and all that bullshit. The probably reason why you didn't see it, Rando, because probably by the time you went to go see it, it was deleted. So yeah, this is technically an old video. Well, they actually have a history of deleting videos that find don't find up to par. Ah, okay, that's true. Right. In 3, 2, 1. Alan D. Arnoldson, 1893 and 1918. Gordon L. Belrow, 1883 1918. Thomas H. Bird, 1900 1918. Jesus, he was young. Actually, all these people were young.
Yep.
7B Blunt, 1897 1918. Edmund R. Camp, 1898 1918.
Hey, Gordon lived longer than just being 20 something.
Yeah. Oh, we have a minor. Eldridge F. Crofton, 1901 and 1918. He was 17. First K class.
Me being happy that one person was an age I would consider an actual adult, and then we get a fucking 17-year-old. Everyone else has either been 18 or barely above 18 or in their early 20s. All ages I consider still kids.
Yeah.
God damn. Like, there's one adult. Oh, there's a minor. There's everyone else.
Watch, they said a 5-year-old.
No, don't say that. Don't. Hopefully 17 will be as young as we get. Knock on wood.
Horace K. Glasgow, 1918. Herbert S. King, 1918. Gideon Mackinson, 1899-1918. Alden R. McAlpin, 1899-1918. Roy W. Whitmire, 1900-1918. Charles S.
They're adults. The only black person so far.
Charles S. Oliphant, 1918. Lee M. Schofield, 1886-1918. Ernest S. Sparkman, 1918. Ingram P. Wicker, 1898-1918. Manny R. Swanson, 1897-1918. Spencer L. Wilson, 1898-1918. In memoriam, University of Florida alumni who made the supreme sacrifice to the Great War. Dear Miss Arnoldson, silence fell over the office today when we learned of your husband's passing. Alan had a very important mission overseas and saw it to its end. Leadership was brought to the war's conclusion months closer to present day. Actions have saved thousands of lives. I met Alan once, from a deeply patriotic man with a flair of motivating even the most discouraged soldier. Learned that the Latin phrase "carpe diem" seized the day and lost its charm since it had been used by countless commanders in the war. Thus, Alan had an alternate phrase, "diem" before charging the enemy. Circus accident. Dung happens. Remember you and Alan for a very long time. If you should ever visit Washington, know that you will always be welcome to the house. So it was just red.
You okay?
You don't hear that sound?
No, I don't hear anything. I see the video, but I don't hear anything.
You don't hear what sounds like a zipper?
No.
A wind-up flashlight. Oh.
Where's that damn fuck?
Excuse me?
I haven't forgotten you, men. Your great war still goes on. Let's win it together.
Dean's Corvette.
Oh.
Oh, that's the German airship. Okay. Where's the weapon? I missed it. Must have pulled on me. What happened? Right. Oh. Big fucking explosion, apparently. What? Back to the video in 3, 2, 1.
Where's the fire extinguisher? Mom, where's the fire extinguisher? Nothing happened. I just need it. I just need it. There's no fire, Mom. I just promise. It's okay, Mom. Just don't worry. Don't worry, Mom.
No. Damn. Here's another deleted video. Random person. It's titled Restored Footage.mp4. And it says from August 2021, even though it was released in 2025. Also, I haven't seen this one. Restored footage of Operation Pyramid Plasma. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, we actually want to see the weapon being built. Oh, came from the tip of the pyramid. Restored by Howard and Eunice Melrose. Interesting. Alright. The next one is, oh boy. Rockefeller Revolution. Sarah from Mays, what do you think happened to President Rockefeller? Share your theories on Twitter. Corn cob emoji. My dad unexpectedly passed away 3 months ago. I'll try my best to continue his work. I have seen. Arthur Disturbing presents the Rockefeller Day.
I remember seeing the first German airship in its hangar. I was astounded by its immensity until I saw my own name printed on its side. At that moment, an entirely new feeling unveiled within me. It was an emotion which frequented me in childhood, a blend of revulsion and satisfaction that I followed the execution of a cruel jest on a friend or a stranger. A pin in one's foot, a tumble down a stairwell. What would others think? I thought to myself, at the sight of a foreign airship bearing the name of the American president dropping explosives upon cities of unarmed civilians. I wish to say that revulsion was my sole reaction to this invention, yet I cannot deny that I was proud of this magnificent vehicle. It was perhaps the greatest war machine ever developed by mankind, made possible by yours truly. By nightfall, shame outweighed pride, and I requested the immediate removal of my name from the airship and all its future successors. Although the Germans complied, they continued to refer to their airships as Rockefellers. I knew that removing my name would not obscure the facts for very long. It was inevitable that the American public would one day become aware of my secret dealings in Germany.
Okay then.
That's an alternate, history.
But the question is, screw you, Mark. The real question is this World War One or two?
Probably two, because in World War One, well, I guess this is an alternate history, but who would really know?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it would be World War One, but I'm not really sure because they've made so many changes.
Fair enough. Blue Shift Rockefeller 70. Oh, that's the L-70. Who's bottom two? Elevator, rudder. Surveillance car. Envelope. Gunner gondolas. Control car. Spindle. Interior. What the fuck? Excuse me? Giant biomass of a person is inside that thing? The fuck? Okay.
It had always been my intention to reinvigorate the American economy. Once I had been debriefed of the situation in the Grand Canyon, the overpopulation of crowns, I realized that I was also hearing the beginnings of a solution to the impending economic collapse. That solution being slavery.
Okay. President Rockefeller brought back slavery. The crowns. The things made when someone's beheaded with Giza glass. Oh my god. What the fuck? Like, our Rockefeller was already bad as is. At first, he didn't sound as bad, but now he's just downright horrible.
I feel like our version of Rockefeller is less evil somehow.
Yeah, remember the giant floating heads and how the first guy's severed head began to grow? Yeah. Oh, that's what's inside the fucking airship. It's the crowns. Meaning they intentionally cut people's heads off to make those machines. And seeing how that was L70, which means there's 60, that was technically a total of 70 people killed. Kaden.
I can imagine your reluctance to read on, and I entirely understand. Rest assured, I believe that all citizens should be unconditionally promised the very freedoms that our country established at its founding: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. However, crowns are not men or women, nor are they animals. They are merely the decayed shells of ignoble criminals. They do not qualify for the same freedoms exercised by ordinary civilians.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
It's just like, hey,
He's like, it doesn't count because they were criminals.
yeah, once their head goes off, they have no rights. What? Oh boy.
Once they were conditioned and bound together, the crowns became the perfect workforce. They did not rebel, for they could not speak. They could not leave, for they were chained. And best of all, the crowns were incapable of forming unions.
Oh god. Hit Random says, you see, they're not human because I said so. That means it's okay for some reason. As I said, screw you, Rockefeller. Yeah. Anyways. Anti-airship death ray. Action through trial. Piston. Starter assembly. Starting switch. Fighting temporal possibles. Lamp. Lamp holder. Front elevation. Turntable and arms. Elevation plan. Cushioning handle. Hip adjuster assembly. Isn't it just the inside of, like, a skeleton of something? Okay. Lens.
Germany was the first nation to inquire about the crowns and their potential applications in warfare. I never mentioned the vast quantities of geyser glass we owned, since I knew that it could provide them with many more crowns at low cost. Instead, after signing several agreements and receiving a tremendous German sum, I provided them with over 100 crowns,
Oh my god.
along with my best advisors and the brightest engineers. Our time with the Germans gave rise to the greatest military vehicles in history, the Rockefellers. Germany's growing demand for men and crowns to construct more Rockefellers revitalized the American economy. Very few nations offered to hire as many of our men and women, and none would have paid as graciously as Germans did. It was, by all accounts, the greatest and most sustainable partnership of recent times. I could not have foreseen the destruction those airships would eventually inflict to the very nation that provided them. I thought that their creation would unite Germany and America. I could not have predicted that by 1918, Rockefeller bombing raids would have killed thousands of American and European soldiers. My terms were over before I could take action against the Germans. It was the administration after my own which was tasked with the seemingly impossible mission of destroying the Rockefellers while preserving the reputation of the former president. Although they knew of my dealings in Germany and had every opportunity to expose me, they chose not to, for in their eyes, no good could come of it.
Bullshit. Blast that man. Cancel him. Can't we leave?
I'm pretty sure he's dead by now in their timeline.
Yeah.
I mean, you could try canceling a dead man, but
I mean, you'll have taken dead people to court.
that's fair.
World War I, give him the Abraham Lincoln special.
However, I knew it was only a matter of time before I would become the laughingstock of my country. As the war drew to a close, I often found myself in a daze, envisioning my assassination on the streets of New York, or, more likely, on the steps of my very own center. However, it would be years before my visions would acquire any plausibility. President Hughes did a fine job of eliminating every Rockefeller while concealing my involvement.
Wow. I want bullshit. Operation Human Plasma, not this game. Anti-airship death rate, men, the Great Pyramid. Blue Shift Rockefeller 70.
It is a miracle that only now the news of my involvement in the Great War has become widely known. Thankfully, information on the crowns has continued to stay hidden from the public spotlight. I would much rather have the public believe that Germans were the only persons inside when the airships were shot down and crashed in flames. With the tragedy at the center, and now the airship scandal, known by many as the Rockefeller Revelation, I believe that my failures have finally caught up to me. There are men outside the center who had once been my supporters. Now they want me executed. The policemen have kept the crowds at bay, though I believe that my assassination is, like the revelation, inevitable.
Good. Fuck you. Right, Jerry?
Yeah. He can say as much as he wants. It doesn't change facts.
To be elected the president of a country is the greatest honor a people can bestow. But at the moment, I do wish to be the famous oil tycoon that young Virginia Arnoldson believed I was. Forgive me.
Now. Effects of an operation. Stage 1, disintegration. The men divide into microscopic parts. Oh. Stage 2, emulation. Semi-consciousness and unstable remains of the men transverse to the desert in an attempt to better understand their condition. Stage 3, amalgamation. Men fused together into a more stable being. Stage 4, migration. As one, the men return to their homeland. Wait, what? Stage 5, retaliation. The men execute a counterattack. May 23rd, 1937, President Rockefeller entered a bunker underneath 30 Rockefeller Plaza. He was never seen again. Officers found the door of the bunker had been melted open, with the possibility of the most powerful heat ray ever built. Oh. The Rockefeller Foundation considers the president's disappearance as an abduction. No. No, he was melted to death. Only 2 photos of potential suspects were ever released. I see a tree. You see them? See who? Oh, I see it. What the fuck? I didn't see the
What?
first picture. Look right here.
Yeah, I see.
That's the fucker.
Doesn't show the face.
Yes, that was the original image back in season 1 too. Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyways. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I think we'll move on to the last one of the night.
Okay.
It says Washington Wonderland. Statement from Mays. Everett Arnoldson, referred to as the 20th Washington absentee, is a humanoid creature that is purported to inhabit the forces of the Washington Zone. Have you ever seen Everett? Share your sightings on Twitter or on Kamimochi. Oh, what the fuck? After an unsuccessful lobotomy, Virginia Fate Arnoldson provided a more complete account of the Rockefeller tree tragedy. Okay, something we already mentioned that were said in the series. States no longer exist. 3 zones do. Oh. Washington, Alcatraz, and Rushmore zones. Okay.
Oh,
Interesting. This is her account. Exactly these are, I don't know. It's never explained. This much was just explained out of series. Okay.
When I was little, something went wrong with me, and everything switched. Even my parents, my new ones, did not like me, so they left me. My foster parents did not like me either, so I was left at an orphanage. Some of my friends were better off, but many were left at the orphanage too. We loved each other. We stuck together until we were 18. Then we were separated. The military took the boys, and the doctors took the girls. They probably do not remember the tree anymore. Soon, I will not remember either. But I hope you will remember. Remember for me? When the tree changed me, I was not scared. At first, I did not know what was wrong with me.
Oh. Raina went to the bathroom.
Oh,
But don't pause. I've seen this several times. You can keep going. Oh, okay.
When my eyes adjusted, I was in a field of special trees. I was reminded of a story my ma told me. Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah,
This
baby.
is my Wonderland. I held myself close and looked up. The trees looked like they ended,
Ow.
but above them there were upside down trees, and above those there were upright trees, like they were being reflected forever. The pattern repeated for as far as I could see. I looked down, and I thought I was on solid ground, but then I looked more closely. I was sitting on a thin, floating layer of dust. It smelled like baby powder. And through the dust, I could see the start of another tree.
Oh.
And below that one, there was another, and another, an infinity of trees. While I played with the dust, I heard distant footsteps. They grew louder and louder. Then there were bright flashes of light all around me. Out from these lights, hundreds of people ran out. One man came up to me and whispered, "The trees are not the trees."
Oh, yeah, this
He
fucker.
had such sad, tired eyes. As he picked me up and put me on his shoulders, he said, "You could be her. Anyone could be her. I promise I will not leave you." There was a bright flash, and we were in another field. He was sitting in front of me with his hands out. Another flash, and we were both running past through the woods. Another flash, and we were both lying on the ground, looking at infinity. Every few seconds there was a flash, and we would be doing something else. Again, and again, and again. Over and over and over. It would not stop. It felt like forever. Years of flashes. I was so angry at first. But soon I had those sad, tired eyes of his too. We were so sad and tired. Every now and then we would flash to another layer of dust. Above or below, who knows? But we would always see the climbers. I think there were people who tried to climb the trees while they were flashed around. They were stretched and burnt.
Oh.
Maybe the dust was the people that fell.
Oh.
The man was always with me. He kept me safe the whole time. It must have been years. It felt like 500 years.
500 fucking years? That's a damn long ass time.
they what felt like.
Yeah. But to be honest, it probably could have been that time.
Yeah.
Damn. But yeah, as for the people climbing the trees, I guess don't touch the trees. Or you get fucked up, apparently.
I named him Everett.
Oh.
He was always there. He never left me. Everett was my best friend. Then on one random day, no time,
This
one
is when I
random
took the
time,
trail.
all the trees bent, and a flash brought me back to New York. All my friends were around me, but this was another New York. I did something wrong, and I lost Everett. I ruined everything. I should have stayed home that night. Why did I not stay home? I lost everything for me and my friends. I ruined their lives. I will not tell you about the orphanage. It was a hard time. I will keep memories of the orphanage to myself.
Damn.
They do not matter to you. When I was 18, I left the orphanage. I looked for my new parents. They were not together anymore. My new pa died from a broken heart, and my new ma lived all by herself. She did not let anyone into her house anymore. All because of me. I wanted my old parents back. I went to the Rockefeller Center for an answer. The tree stood at the top of the plaza, above everyone else. I was never supposed to visit again, but I did, and I spoke to her. At first, I could not understand her. Her voice was like a breeze behind my eyes. It was cold, and I could not move. But soon, I could understand.
What in the fuck? I don't think that's a tree anymore. You seen this, Jerry?
Yeah,
I don't think that's a tree.
they called it a she, right?
Yep.
And it has boobs. I don't think it's a tree. It's something.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck it is, it's not a tree.
Yeah.
She said that I had to be ready to exchange one life for my own. She understood that I wanted to go back home, to my New York. She said, come back in 3 years. And I did. I waited 1,095 days. I returned 3 years later. At first, I could not understand her. Her voice was like a breeze behind my eyes. It was cold, and I could not move. But eventually, I could understand. She said that I had to be ready to exchange one life for my own.
Oh.
She understood that I wanted to go back home, to my New York. She said, come back in 3 years. And I did. I waited 1,095 days.
Oh, waited
I
years.
returned
Oh,
3 years
years.
later.
Yeah, years.
At first, I could not understand her. Her voice was like a breeze behind my eyes. It was cold, and I could not move. But eventually, I could understand. She said that I had to be ready to exchange one life for my own. She understood that I wanted to go back home, to my New York. She said, come back in 3 years. And I
I
did.
feel like this is
I
slightly.
waited.
What?
I feel like this is looped slightly.
I mean, yeah. She didn't bring a life. So she's not. She has to wait 3 more years.
Oh.
1,095 days. While I waited, I met a man. He was
Oh
a
no.
very important man.
No, no, no. I have a theory. She's gonna get pregnant, and the tray says, "Okay, I'll take you to New York." And when she gets back over there, she realizes she's no longer pregnant.
Oh,
I get the feeling. I get the feeling.
A secret agent. He followed me everywhere. One day, I found him waiting inside my house. He told me that he was here to monitor me. No, to watch and protect me. But he had fallen in love with me. No one else liked me. So we took each other. We grew close. Leonard loved me. I loved him too. Together, we had a baby boy.
Oh my god.
I think she did what you thought she did.
Please, no. Just sacrifice the weird ass agent. Because that what is very creepy behavior.
I named him Everett.
Oh my god. I might actually be right. And the reason why she met a person named remember she met a person she named Everett in the dimension. So when she goes up there, this child is just a grown up version of what she sacrificed.
Oh,
Oh my god. It shows why they were so up to defending her. Oh my god.
Little Everett was inside for 9 months when I saw the tree again. She put directions in my head. I followed those directions. I walked for 4 days.
he
I
didn't
had to.
tell her.
I wanted to go home
No.
so badly. But I became so happy when I could hear the music. It was like the tree's voice, but warm. The Washington Monument looked much bigger in person.
Oh
The story
no.
went up high, like it was for something much bigger. Then I went inside. There were bodies everywhere. The breeze told me to relax. I went on the elevator. It went up. All the way up. It stopped at the top, and the music blared. It was so loud I could not move. The floor opened, and I fell all the way down. I felt myself hit the ground. Then I kept drifting down, past the ground, past rock, sand, and magma, through the layers of earth. It must have been years. It felt like 500 years. Then I reached the other side, and I felt myself rising through all the layers of earth, past the magma, sand, and rock, past the ground, back into a body, another body, almost the same body, and flattened like a little red pancake. But I felt so empty.
I was right. I was right. I'm not happy that I'm right. I was right. I'm not happy about it.
I don't think she meant to sacrifice the baby. She was just so happy that she was being allowed home that she didn't put two and two together until it was too late.
Yeah.
That is
My
not the
belly
face
had
of
sunk.
someone who did that knowingly.
Yeah.
Little Everett was not with me anymore. Many others laid around me, broken like me, almost alive and completely still. But little Everett was nowhere. While everyone else exchanged for their own lives themselves, I must have exchanged little Everett for mine. I cried. I cried for years. And we all bled into the ground for years. Why did the tree keep us alive? Did they like pain? Did they drink our blood? Was there any reason for any of it? I lost little Everett. He had no say. He did not even say his first word. I ruined his life from the start. Maybe he lives in Wonderland. I hope he lives in Wonderland.
Oh, he does.
One day, one random day, the music grew, and there was the brightest flash. We found ourselves outside, at the base of the tower. The tree had been freed, and we were in a field of trees. Wonderland had risen, but little Everett was still missing. We were all lifted out in helicopters. I was at the hospital faster than ever before. They told me it was 2003. They told me everything I knew was wrong.
Damn.
They told me everyone I knew was dead. And now they plan to fix me. I'm sorry, Pa. I'm sorry, Ma. I'm sorry, friends. I'm sorry, Leonard. I'm sorry, Everett. Please remember me. Please, please remember me.
That is so depressing.
After a second.
And a tree lady lied to her.
Yeah. After a second look on me, Virginia never spoke again. Later in her life, she produced a series of paintings titled The Right Life. Papa and I, friends and I, Leonard and I, Everett and I, together. Virginia passed away in 1980 at the age of 59. Her son Everett is believed to be the 23rd Washington absentee. The ending question marks has been lost.
Like the stars in the Milky Way.
Wow. I don't know how I feel about that one.
Lady was
depressing.
tricked by tree lady who did not tell her she was going to steal her baby. Baby grew up into adult.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Well, that was the last one for the night. Also Leonard. Oh yeah, Leonard too.
But it's just depressing.
He showed up several times as a narrator. Oh. Damn. You can look her starry sphinx. I think like her starry sphinx. I think I found the person I'm going to raid. Almost the end of season 2. We probably would have finished season 2 if we started earlier, but it's fine. Alright. That's the right words. Do you have any last words for stream, Jerry?
And just remember, when it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Don't let yourself get tricked by a tree woman.
What about you, Rando? Season 3 has a 50-minute video, beware. Oh, damn. Is that your final words, or? Hold on one second. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow on YouTube for GUI tier listing. I'm gonna raid this random person I found. Be kind to them. I'm tired. I'm always fucking tired. I'll always be tired. Very fucking tired. Goodbye.